What's going on? What's popping? Welcome back to another great installment of Simone with the Sports. I'm Simone, bringing you guys the sports, bringing you guys some breaking news. Breaking news. So, obviously, I'm not in the studio, so I'm coming in the booth, but I will see you guys tomorrow, as I will be back in the stew tomorrow. But today, guys, we got some breaking news, and it's not Tobias Harris being the Eastern Conference Offensive Player of the Week. Shout outs to our boy Toby. But Brooklyn Nets NBA All-Star, amazing MVP candidate Kevin Durant will be out for 7 days, meaning he'll miss 4 games, including the 76ers game. Now, guys, I had the 76ers beating the Nets anyway for reasons that I will disclose in this video. I think I know what the Nets' Achilles heel is. And I'm going to talk about that in this video. I think the 76ers would have matched up extremely well with the Nets, regardless whether KD is playing or not. And now I know everyone's going to be saying, KD wasn't in, so y'all won. Like, that's 28 points you got to find off the bench, 28 to 30 points, 30 or 35, depending on how he's feeling. And that is true. We are going to benefit from KD being out. But, guys, the 76ers, and if you're here as a Nets fan, no shade to the Nets. Y'all are explosive offense. Y'all got all the superstars that the people want to see, but y'all got a big problem going on. We're going to talk about that. But first, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, turn your notification bell, as we're going to keep talking about this NBA and this NFL content pretty much every day on my channel. So don't miss out or be lame. So guys, the Brooklyn Nets, let's talk about the Brooklyn Nets. And I can't wait till the 76ers match up with the Nets during a time when KD is going to be there, which could possibly be in the playoffs. Because guys, the Nets interior defense is some slop. Okay, 7 games in. I know it's only 7 games in, but it's some glaring problems with the Nets. The Nets are last in the league in offensive rebounds allowed. They're letting teams put up an average of 20 second chance points. They're last in the league in second chance points allowed, and that just comes from hustle under the basket. They got to be better under the basket. And to put that in perspective, the Bucks are only allowing an average of 9 second chance points. So they're allowing 20 second chance points, okay? That's just hustle. That's putbacks. That's dunks. That's following up around the basket, okay? And this could be because, you know, they have Jarrett Allen closing out the games and, you know, going into that kind of small ball to close out the games. But, guys, Jarrett Allen and DeAndre Jordan is not going to have nothing on Joel Embiid and Dwight Howard, okay? At the 5 position, they will dominate, okay? Thomas Bryant, so the Nets just recently lost to the Hawks and they lost to the Wizards. And what was the biggest highlight reel from the Hawks games? It was John Collins and Clint Capella feasting off of Jarrett Allen and DeAndre Jordan. I mean, John Collins had the poster. And John Collins, young stud, love watching him play. Like I said, I'm in Atlanta. Also, Clint Capella, we know what he can do, but they got nothing. Their presence in the middle has nothing on, and Thomas Bryant either. Their presence has nothing on Joel Embiid and Dwight Howard. So when Joel and Dwight match up with Jarrett and DeAndre Jordan, it's going to be over with. Now, the Nets are lucky to have guys that can fill it up. They can fill it up. KYRIE posting up from 3. KD posting up from 3. The spacing is great, but if the threes aren't falling, we will take advantage. And one thing that's not going to happen every night, threes are not always going to fall. You can't live and die by the 3. And you can see just CARIS LEVERT's game of just shifting and shimmying into the paint for a layup, driving to the basket. That's not going to fly when we got Joel Embiid in the middle. That lane is going to be clogged up when we got Dwight Howard's shoulders under the basket, okay? So I just think this matchup is going to be really fun to watch. They're really struggling on defense, and we already knew that. We already knew they were going to struggle on defense. They are not great. They give up so many fast break points. Their transition defense is just terrible, and we know right now with the 76ers, our our half-court offense is really, really, really fluid. And we saw that against the Hornets. We had the Hornets on skates on defense. Like, just the way we're able to, because multiple guys that can facilitate. It's just, that's hard for, you know, teams that struggle on defense. That's very hard for them to keep up with. And CARIS, LEVERT can get a bucket. KYRIE can get a bucket. But we all know those are two guys that are defensive liabilities. And if they're playing small with Jarrett Allen at the end of the game, you got an interior mismatch with Jarrett and Joel Embiid. And then you got guys who are going to be defensive liabilities on the other end, and KYRIE and CARIS LEVERT. So I just feel like that matchup against the Nets is going to be something serious. Okay, so like I said, the three-point shot is not always going to fall. If we can force them to stay on the outside and force them to try to score from the perimeter, the game is ours, because we can fill it up from three, but we also got guys that can go in the lane and make plays. Joel, Shake, Ben, and Ben's definitely gonna have to get aggressive here. But guys, I'm super excited. I hate to see KD out because, guys, I mean, he's super fun to watch. We love basketball. Yeah, we love the Sixers, but we love basketball. And it hurts to see KD won't be able to play against the 76ers, because I want to play against the loaded Nets team. I want to play against the full strength Nets team. And guys, Spencer Dinwiddie, I didn't mention it earlier, but yes, that's definitely a huge loss for them as well when it comes to their second unit, because their second unit just can get really, really, really flat at times. I mean, their second unit, when it's, because they have to stagger the time between KD and Kyrie. So the second unit really has CARIS LEVERT, Jarrett Allen, Shamet, and Prince. And those, it's just a defensive second unit that's just full of defensive liabilities with Shamet and LEVERT, Kyrie, all three defensive liability guys. The offense just really stagnant with LEVERT just trying to drive in the second unit. So we definitely have to watch turnovers, not just when we're playing against the Nets, but just going forward, period. We really gonna have to limit our turnovers. And Prince is a guy who has turnover, he's very turnover prone, so we'll have to take advantage of that as well. But now that KD's out, we have no excuse but to secure the win against the Nets. But even if KD was in, guys, I had this booked, a ticket to win. And I hope I pretty much broke down, I hope I explained to you guys well enough what I meant by the Nets' biggest problem being the interior defense. But make sure you guys like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. I don't even know why that B came out so hard. But if you made it this far in the video, you rocks with me anyway, so don't judge that. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. And keep rocking with me, and I'll be back in the studio tomorrow, and we'll see each other's faces. Okay, guys, Sixers up. Bye.